Now, be afraid, very afraid. For the first time in 50 years and for the first time in government in more than a decade, the ALP is staging their national conference over 3 days in Brisbane. And what exactly is an ALP national conference? Well, it's a faction-ridden gathering of the ragtag grouping of unionists, politicians, branch stackers and rent seekers who all combine to make a lot of noise on the normal range of issues that they see as evil or worthy. Think about fossil fuels, coal, oil, gas, the evil nuclear energy, any mining company, any company that makes a profit, anyone not voting yes in the referendum. You get the picture. And when Labor runs the country from Canberra, runs Australia from every strait and territory bar Tasmania, a certain level of arrogance, I think, and entitlement is bound to raise its ugly head. Now, at the top of the tree is the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, who was desperate to dodge and weave his way through the next 3 days, hoping not to scare the horses. And the horses are, you know, you and me. So just to kick things off visually, wouldn't be Labor without a march through the streets of Brisbane? The charming chaps from the CFMEU made a predictable appearance today.
What do we want? Public housing! When do we want it? Now! Union power! Union pride! Union power!
Something is wrong. Something has to change, and that's what we're calling for. We're asking the government to tax the mega corporations that can afford to pay, not the mum and dad businesses, the mega corporations with their mega profits, and share it around fairly with the disadvantaged in our community.
Gee, that makes us all feel very comfortable, doesn't it? Now, the Prime Minister made a keynote address burying his pet topic, the voice, and he made his head in the sand views on nuclear power. He made it very obvious with a slap at the opposition.
So fixated on opposing renewable energy that they're telling Australians with solar panels on their roofs to make room for a nuclear reactor in their backyard.
What a jokester he is. Now, he couldn't help but invoke Labor hero Gough Whitlam as well.
It's vital we leave this conference with a plan for progress over the next decade and a platform for victory in 2025. The last time we had a national conference in Queensland was 50 years ago. Back then, a newly elected Prime Minister, Gough Whitlam, spoke of his determination to show it was possible for Labor to hold power without sacrificing our principles. Today, each of us understands that winning and holding government is not only true to our principles, it's actually essential to fulfilling them.
So last week he was channeling Bob Hawke, this week he's channeling Gough Whitlam. Now, as these things go, unless there's some rogue breakout from a fringe group, a green loopy idea that frightens everyone except the six of them who meet in the dark corner of a Melbourne bar, then not much happens at these conferences. Deals have been done on the nuclear subs. Chris Bowen's blind obsession with renewable energy will keep the coal and gas haters happy. And look, cash will be splashed about to keep all the social warriors with their hands out happy as well. Am I being cynical? Maybe. But for the hundreds in that Brisbane conference hall, they have to realise that out in the real Australia, unemployment is starting to go up. Businesses off the back of COVID, especially in construction, are falling over at an alarming rate almost daily. Strip shopping centres are stacked with to let and boarded up shop fronts, and small businesses are struggling. Interest rates, while paws, keep going up, and the cost of just buying food and petrol and clothes and paying your power bills is beyond a lot of people. We're not in a recession. For many Australians, it feels like one. Prime Minister Albanese played the humble, we're on the right road, we're moderates card, already talking about a second term. I sense the mob, that's the Australian mob, aren't quite so sure.